So the last kind of concrete anchor that we're going to be installing are all thread. Pretty similar to a wedge anchor because it has the nut and washer on top. The difference is there is no wedge on the bottom. The way that these are held into the concrete is by anchoring epoxy. So when we are initially installing these, we're just going to put them in the hole as like a placeholder when we drill all the holes out, and then we're going to go back, put in the anchoring epoxy, and then put these in. So first hole, same. We're just going to place one of these in here as a placeholder. Shove this in as a placeholder. So we've got our holes here, we've got our anchors in our holes. With these, you do want to make sure that your holes are completely cleaned out before you throw anchoring epoxy in there. So if you use a wire brush, or you can use a wire brush or like an air compressor, or if you don't have either of those, just use like a straw or something and blow down into the hole just so you can get some of that excess dust out. The reason you want to get that excess dust out is because the anchoring epoxy needs to form a bond with the concrete around it, and it will just grab onto that concrete dust, and it'll never actually properly grab onto the concrete that you're trying to anchor your product down onto. And so you need to clean out that hole before using your anchoring epoxy. As far as cure times on the anchoring epoxy goes, it differs from product to product. So just follow the instructions on the actual epoxy that you're using. This one, it says it takes 90 minutes to cure, 15 minutes to gel, and 90 minutes to cure in 50-degree weather, and 45 minutes to cure in 68, and we're right in between that area. So it's probably going to take around an hour to cure here. So you're going to want to test it out. You're going to want to make sure before you use it that it's properly mixed. So I can see it was a lighter gray, now it's a darker gray, and that's about the color that it's mixing to in the tube here, so that's what I'm going to go with. You don't need a lot. Make sure it actually gets into your hole. Just like a pump. Go ahead, shove that in there, and then you want to kind of rotate that around in there to spread it around. Go into our next one. Good. Clean off your threads too. All right. So we're gonna need to wait the set time, the cure time, before we can tighten these anchors down. So in the meantime, we can go ahead and take off our nozzle here. We can use this tube later on. You just put the cap back on. This nozzle is, it's going to be all used up, so I have to toss that. But so now that our bolts are epoxied in, epoxy's cured, And go ahead and tighten them. Well, first we have to level the post. Check level when you're done. All right, that's how you install anchors.